Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 2 locations in the Valley, one in Brawley, another in El Centro. Quick Lane, ready to serve.
Taking a look at the latest in local news this morning, the El Centro City Council met last night. We have a visit with the Mayor, Edgard Garcia, who heard from downtown business owner Karina Alvarez on the homeless population in downtown.
And asking the council to help in any way that we can to mitigate those. We then moved on to a presentation by Women Haven Outreach Coordinator Maria Renteria Ramirez and the Executive Director Gina Vargas, thanking the City Council for their support for Women Haven's past events, the Mariposa Gala and the Domestic Violence March. We then introduced our new Community Services Department staff, which is Stacy Cox. We then had the consent agenda, which included a resolution of the City Council of the City of El Centro in support of the declaration of local emergency at the Salton Sea by the County of Imperial. That was all approved. We then moved on to a public hearing where we discussed the conditional use permit for retail sales on 830 and 834 West State Street. That item was ultimately pulled because the owner wished to explore more options. We then had a public hearing where the City Council unanimously voted to conduct a Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act hearing in order to issue tax-exempt bond financing by the California Statewide Communities Development Authority to provide financing for the construction of a brand-new 24-unit multifamily rental housing project located on 8th Street and El Dorado Avenue. We then moved on to unfinished business and had a lengthy discussion with multiple speakers relating to commercial cannabis activity in the city of El Centro. It was ultimately decided to go forward with exploring ordinances to have local regulation of commercial cannabis activity in the city of El Centro. We then moved on to a discussion which also included many speakers, including the Benavides family, regarding the naming of the park south of Fire Station number 3. After much deliberation and much discussion within the council, a motion was passed 3-2 to name the park First Responders Park, but to name the playground area after our fallen firefighter, Michael Benavides. We then approved the $699,000 plus that's necessary to build the playground equipment for the First Responders Park. We then had discussion, and we approved a bid and authorizing the execution of the contract for the new McGee Park restroom project. After that, we had a discussion where we approved the administrative plan from November 2019 through November 2024 for the revolving loan fund. We were supposed to have a discussion regarding the appointment of the Planning Commission seats because there are 2 scheduled vacancies. However, the mayor decided to pull that in order to get a little bit more information. We had discussion and discussed a letter regarding necessary action regarding an agricultural burning program in the county. We decided to make it a more inclusive letter, including a binational letter where we would have a discussion to work with our partners in Mexicali in order to reduce the particulate matter in our air to improve the air quality for all. And that we sent instructions to do 2 letters, one to the state and one to the federal government in order to try to help and mitigate that to make the air quality better for all of us. That is going to be coming back to the council once those letters are drafted. And that was the end of a very lengthy meeting. I believe we left around 11:30. We discussed further the Imperial Avenue Bridge outreach and also our pump station number 2. Those were the very last things we discussed, and then we adjourned the meeting.
That's El Centro Mayor Edgard Garcia with a report on last night's El Centro City Council meeting. It's Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 2 locations in the Valley, on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less in El Centro, and in the Brawley Auto Plaza, Highway 86 and Julia Drive. Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. They're open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. And Quick Lane has the best prices on name brand tires. guaranteed. Just ask your Quick Lane advisor for details. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro.
The Imperial County Board of Supervisors